She was going berserk. I didn't do it, I swear it. It was them.
Must be because you weren't talking to her, Vera. Didn't mean to push her over the deep end.
No, she went right off like that, Miss Bennett.
Lying.
We'll soon put a stop to your little tantrums. You can sleep in that mess tonight. The damages will come out of your wages. And I'm sure Mrs. Davidson will be very interested to know that you've been playing around with these.
You're just siding with them, you dried-up old maid.
Report to me tomorrow. I'm sure I can find a few jobs to clean out your dirty little mouth. And the rest of you, get out of here. No, it's sad. It's really sad.
It's always the tough ones who go first.
I'll get you, Smith. Just you wait.
Oh, God, I wish I'd changed the breakfast menu. Same old muck day after day.
Yeah, it was so bloody awful that Chrissy couldn't even eat it.
Yeah, she'd lose her appetite all of a sudden, didn't she?
Just see her jump off and take off like John Landy.
Mind you, to tuck her hair has much the same effect on me.
I think she's too scared to eat. Scared stupid of what we might do to her next, I reckon.
Yep, I reckon we're getting to her all right. I reckon one way or another our little Miss Chrissy isn't feeling too chipper this morning. Oh, there's a real bad smell in here lately, Lizzie. I wonder what it is.
Yeah, I noticed it too. Must be something dead.
Or something that ought to be dead.
I could think up lots of ways of doing someone in who burns other people's poems.
Don't worry, Dor. Awful things happen to people who do awful things. You remember Anne Yates? Smothering slowly in the dry must be a rotten death.
Yeah, but I bet that I could think up something far worse for someone I really hated.
That put the rocket up.
Mrs. Davison, it's Dr. Miller here. Look, I think the drugs cabinet has been broken into. I'm quite sure that I locked it when I left here yesterday, but it's open. Yes, well, that's the strange thing. Nothing seems to be missing. None of the obvious drugs, anyway. I'd have to check with the inventory to be sure, though. Right, well, I'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Truth. Being searched by Vera is enough to drive anyone around that twist.
Do you reckon her hands must be as cold as her heart? What are they looking for, anyway?
Buggered if I know, but if she lays one more hand on me, I'm going straight to dock and I'm going to ask to be
Get out.
disinfected.
Told you wouldn't find nothing. Could have saved your time and mine. You wouldn't trust your own mother, would you?
Shut up, Anderson.
Oh, she's nothing if not polite.
Latham, come here. Lift your arms.
Make sure you search all the right places, Vera. With a girl like that, you never know where she might hide things.
Where have you been? Where were you just coming from? Why weren't you in your cell?
You put her on dunny duty.
We'll get back to it.
Better wash your hands, Vera, after what you've been handling.
I'd like to wash my hands of the lot of you.
That's our favourite dream too, Vera.
Anything?
I wish you'd tell us what you're looking for, Mrs. Jackson.
You don't have to know.
Not a sign.
Not a sign of what?
Has everyone been searched? Yes, they have. All right, you lot. Back to work.
Hey, Vera, next time you want to run your hands over my beautiful body, get Fletch to do it. He might appreciate me a bit more then.
That's enough of your filth, Smith.
Mrs. Davidson said she'd be in the examination room with Dr. Miller.
Well, maybe now she'll be able to tell us exactly what's missing.
There's really no cause for too much concern. There were no dangerous drugs stolen.
Are you sure, Dr. Miller? If someone went to the trouble to pick the lock and then break into the drugs cabinet, they must have been after something. Perhaps you've made a mistake.
I know exactly what's been stolen. When I returned here, I was obliged to restock the drugs cabinet. I kept a very good record of what I ordered and what I handed out.
Well,
Ipecac syrup in a small bottle, about 100 milliliters.
what is Ipecac syrup?
It's an emetic. Can't do any serious harm.
Well, someone must have stolen it in error, thinking it was something else.
Probably. But there's really nothing to worry about.
Well, don't you think it's a bit incredible that anyone would go to that trouble and then be careless enough to take the wrong thing?
Yes, I do.
Everything seems to be okay in there, Doctor.
Good. Could you arrange to have the lock on the drug cabinet door fixed?
What's up, Doc?
Sit down, Lizzie. What do you want?
I was wondering if you've got plenty of my heart pills.
What are you talking about?
Well, something's been nicked, hasn't it? And I just wanted to make sure you got plenty of pills for the old ticket.
Lizzie, if that's all you came in for, then I suggest you leave and stop wasting my time.
Haven't you got a moment to spare for a poor old woman? What happened to your hypocritical oath?
You'll hear an oath in a minute if you don't get out of here.
Shall I reorder the Ipecac syrup?
Yes, put it on the list. It's not urgent. Now, Lizzie.
All right, I'm going. I know when I'm not wanted.
It would have been a lot easier if we'd known what we were looking for.
I didn't know exactly myself when I instigated the search, Miss Bennett. All I knew was that the drug cabinets had been broken into and obviously something had been taken. However, as we haven't found it...
They should all be confined to their cells until it is found.
If it were a more serious matter, I would consider it, but as it is...
You don't think that someone stealing drugs is a serious matter? Mrs. Davidson, I don't understand your attitude.
What has been taken is not a dangerous drug, Miss Bennett, and I have no intention of causing bother for a lot of other people over what appears to be a childish prank.
It obviously isn't a hard drug. But will it have any effect if whoever stole it tries to use it?
Oh, yes, it will have an effect, all right.
What sort of effect?
It causes vomiting. If you find anyone exhibiting these particular symptoms, don't take them to the doctor. Bring them directly to me. And please give this information to all the other officers.
Right.
What do you think's going on? Do you think they mistook this stuff for something else?
I'm not sure. It seems likely that someone is playing a rather silly and unpleasant practical joke.
Very unpleasant. Hardly my idea of a joke.
What these women find funny, Meg, is unlikely to amuse us.
Latham, where are you? You've been vomiting.
How did you guess?
Come with me.
No. I'll be all right. Don't worry, I'll get back to my work.
You're coming to see the governor.